This is Submarine Talks going deep.
They caught him in time, just like Jeffrey Dahmer, you know? Like the first
true.
time that fool got caught up, the police fucking let this guy go. And he played it off like such a smooth, suave individual that they just said, oh yeah, he couldn't hurt no one, you know? That's just like, they let him off. And what did he do? He went and chopped like fucking 30 more heads. They found a bunch of body parts just sitting there, all chopped up.
Dude meat in his fridge.
Dude meat. It was basically all dude meat. He didn't go after women, but like, yeah, it was basically all these like body parts. He was like saving them like Swanson dinners for his like, you know, each day of the week.
He was meal prepping motherfuckers.
He was the original meal prepper back in the day.
Oh shit!
And then he had all these fucking containers of like acid where he was dissolving body parts. Like this dude was fucking sick.
Well, fuck, imagine he came from a perfect family. Like, I don't know. There's got to be something wrong with him, dude. Someone had to fucking diddle him or do something crazy,
about this
dude.
guy, right? There's so many movies now. And I remember when I was going to school for administrative justice, he's like one of the guys we kind of learn about, right? And they were like identifying, because it's like identifying a serial killer or someone with that profile before they even had the terminology serial killer. They didn't know what to call these guys, and they didn't know what made them snap or made them tick. So eventually they made a private group to kind of go out and kind of do the research and figure out why are these people like this. And he was one of the ones who was kind of an anomaly, because they're like, we don't really know what snapped in his brain to make him like this. He's just like his evolution or just the way he came out was fucked up from the start. Like his family life, the most I could say from what I've learned is he went through divorce in his family. You know, there were minor things where, you know, he felt like maybe he couldn't come out as having homosexual feelings. I don't know, but he wasn't ever abused physically or sexually. He was never, you know, really bullied in school. He was just kind of a weird kid. And he liked, you know, torturing and maiming animals. And he liked putting things in, you know, jars of acid and watching them dissolve. And he was just kind of like always into guys. Like he was always sexually into guys since a young age. So that was pretty much about it. What would turn a person like that into a fucking psychotic who just goes around doing these things? Like he would turn his victims into sex zombies. You know, he would inject them with his homemade serums, and you know, he would just keep them alive, like barely alive enough to do, you know, have his deviant ways with them. And then, you know, eventually when he was done with them, he would chop them up, you know, put them in a fucking giant jar and, you know, just keep them around for a few years, you know. The guy fucking took a head to his chocolate factory. He used to work in San Francisco. He used to take his bag, keep a head in his locker. Like every day he took it. It was just like his companion. And that's fucking bizarre that there are people out there amongst us that are this fucking far left field that we're like not even aware of.
Dude, I honestly think, because, yeah, I'm fascinated by certain motherfuckers that snap too. Like, to me, it's absolutely 100% normal for a regular dude to snap and fuck somebody up. That's normal. Like you catch your old lady cheating on you and you fucking shoot her in the guy. That's fucking normal, dude. Like that's not everybody will act like that, but to me that's pretty normal. Like
it builds up.
It builds up. Someone snaps. You know, someone lives with their mom their whole life. They snap. They fucking kill their mom, and now they're in jail. But when it comes to like a serial killer doing shit like that, walking around with a head or killing fucking 50 or 60 people, dude, it has to be sexual. It has to be sexual for them. Like, it's the only urge that a fucking man has that's that strong that will drive you to do something like that. There's no other way he could enjoy that.
I think that's
there's no other way he can enjoy that. There's nothing it's fulfilling.
One of the last primal urges we still have that hasn't really evolved over the years, right? That's probably the root of it, because we have these deviant sexual desires.
Yeah, you'll fucking do anything to fuck a fine ass chick. That's there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll be like,
we disregard, you know, everything like social standards and, you know, behavior and how we were brought up. And it's fucked up because sometimes that gets overwhelming. And that's even turns into a thing of, like you said, it builds up over time. If you just get fucking, you snap. You just, you know, you had a fucking bad day at work. Your boss talked to you like shit. You know, customers talk to you like shit. Fucking home life, you get home, you know, you're not appreciated by anyone. You got kids and all they do is just take. They don't do anything for you. Eventually you're going to snap. Like that movie Falling Down. Is that the movie Falling Down?
Michael Douglas.
I remember seeing that movie and I was like, damn, that dude was fucking having a shitty day.
Exactly.
But he like turned it, and everyone kind of rooted in a weird way. Like everyone kind of, yeah, that's kind of fucked up. But yeah, every now and then you want to just be the guy and just says, you know what, don't fuck with me today.
Dude,
know?
Every fucking dad that has kids and a job that they don't like loves that fucking movie Falling Down.
Yeah.
Because they're just like, yeah, you know how many times I want to come home and just fucking kill the neighbors or something,
Yeah,
you know? Like,
something totally.
that's what I'm saying. That's a normal thing. You shouldn't do that. And of course, it's fucking wrong, but people have, I feel like that's a normal instinct. Like, just like fighting. Like, this guy's looking at me funny. Yeah. Why do you need to fight that guy for fucking no... Like, what are you going to do? Kill each other?
It's
like,
not a thing you think about with your brain, right? It's
no,
more of a
it's
a primal instinct that we don't really still have control over.
Yeah.
And it hasn't evolved.
But going out at night and fucking stalking somebody, you know, chloroform, you know, tying them up, putting them in your trunk, like that... I could do that to my worst enemy maybe one time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but if you do
over and over,
if you do it more than once, dude, it's some kind of fucking sexual thing, dude. Like he's either fucking jacking off to them being tied up, or he's fucking like having his way with their dead bodies, or he's just doing other sick shit. But for whatever reason, I think that like most serial killers are getting a sexual fulfillment out of that shit. It's what drives them. Like, to me, it doesn't make sense any other way, because especially the ones that conduct themselves like normal people.
Yeah.
You know, like dudes like maybe someone who's a serial killer's never been in a fight before or something like that. Like, how the fuck is that possible? You know?
It's just...
You would believe it. A gangbanger who kills motherfuckers because he's fighting all the time and he's an angry dude and he's around that shit. So you're like, okay, I could kind of see how this dude thinks it's normal just to kill someone in an argument. But when you go around doing sick shit like sneaking through someone's window and fucking chloroform them and take them, like that kind of shit, dude, it has to be sexually fulfilling for those dudes.
Or especially if it's premeditated, you know, like they sit there and they stalk their prey, almost like someone will go out, a hunter will stalk his
someone
deer.
They don't know, too.
They'll sit there and they'll camp out in front of their house. They'll take photos of this person, follow them throughout the day, see what their schedule is. That's a whole different realm of living. What is your reality at that point? Like, your reality is totally something that no one else has. It's just something in the brain definitely has to be chemical wise, or the connections are not connected correctly. That's a whole different, you know, realm of reality where you don't even like, oh, I'm going to go to work, but also I'm going to just stalk this dude or this woman all day long. It's just fucking bizarre to have that kind of mindset.
Dude, do you think it could be an evolution, though?
I think that it's part of just people branching out. Yeah, evolution-wise, I think.
Like people being too close together for too long? Shit starts to fucking go funny?
I think that certain groups, most people generally evolve, you know? Like, just like animals will evolve, but there's occasionally the break-off where there's that 1% of evolution that doesn't go right, and they kind of branch off into their own thing, you know? And then there's like a subsect of species, and you're like, how did that happen? They don't really know how to explain it, other than maybe this dude was in colder climate for a certain period of time and he just kind of branched off into his own thing. Totally different subsect of one species or something. I mean, same thing with people. You know, maybe they were brought up in a different region of the world. Maybe they were attacked more often by animals and they had to be more defensive more often. Something as minute as that could have triggered, you know, people to be complete psychotic. We don't know. We may never know. But as of right now, all we can explain it is by their upbringing, by their genetic dispositions, by, you know, their social life, you know, how they were treated when, you know, they went to school. So, I mean, we have a real basic understanding of it, but there's probably a lot more to it that makes people fucking super psychotic and just totally different from how the majority of people are.
Dude, think about the spectrum of people, though. Like, all that stuff we try to put in a context that we can comprehend. Like, just like you just said right now. People come from different backgrounds, and I highly believe that too. People come from different backgrounds. Your genetics have evolved for different things. It's pretty much been scientifically proven, you know. And people evolve, man, under different circumstances, and it doesn't take that long. It doesn't take that long at all to evolve into whatever it is, you know. To be a family of strong swimmers, to be a family of muscle men, or a family of fucking fast runners. Like, it doesn't take that many years for people to start evolving. And what I was saying was, like, the spectrum, dude. Think about the spectrum of people. Like, the best people that we have, like I don't know anything about Elon Musk's personal life or history, but to me, he's fucking real life Bruce Wayne, dude. He's real life Iron Man.
Totally,
like, he's
totally.
fucking... he's gonna take Earth there. He's gonna take people, humans, off of the Earth and colonize space, like colonize the universe, you know. And so to go from that point of the spectrum to one of the craziest, maybe, I don't know, I'd say like best for mankind, you know, this dude, or anybody who's working to help people or do like the courageous, the best people, like I'm saying, like on that side of the spectrum, from like professional athletes that just have amazing bodies, that could run and jump and accomplish feats that nobody else can, to like the geniuses like Elon or Nikola Tesla and people that were just on another level, and then go all the way to the other end of the spectrum, bro. The other end of the spectrum, some people are basic fucking primates, dude. Like the far end of the spectrum, like you can go to any place in the world to find those people, and it's just some people that are just fucking primates. Like you're like, God damn, dude, this guy is not that far removed from a fucking monkey. Like they're just trying to fight all the time and fuck all the time, and they don't, you know, there's just a spectrum. Like there's crazy fucking people that are just existing like jungle animals, and then there's people that are just
doing phenomenal things with their lives,
telling you how far the sun is fucking away from us. You know what I'm saying? Like, how does that happen, dude? How are there people that are still like believe like rubbing shit in your wounds is fucking can cure that? And then on the other spectrum, there's a dude that can pick 5 plants and make you an ointment that'll get rid of your rash in a day.